You can see the whole town is rioting, like everybody's rioting.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and squad member and Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar finds herself in a whirl.
U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is coming to Minneapolis tomorrow. This happening on the heels of President Trump announcing he will end temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota.
Now maybe it's better that way.
I got you.
Okay.
Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country.
Okay.
They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they
As the
say
chief.
married her brother.
All right, this news just breaking moments ago. Fox News has obtained photos of one of the Somali illegal immigrants wrapped up in the Minnesota fraud scandal, posing with several high-profile Minnesota Democrats, including Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and Governor Tim Walz. The man pictured is Abdul Dahir Ibrahim. He entered the country in 2000 and has had an order for removal since 2004.
Want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
President Trump again takes aim at the Somali community as the flurry of federal investigations focused on Minnesota is expanding. New tonight, immigration applications are now halted for the 19 countries facing a travel ban. That includes Somalia.
President Trump there unleashing a tirade against Somalis earlier this week, at one point calling them, quote, garbage. His rhetoric coming amidst reports of ICE operations in Minnesota.
Breaking news out of Washington and a big announcement from President Trump about Somalis living in Minnesota.
Tonight, the president posted on Truth Social, quote, I am, as president of the United States, hereby terminating, effective immediately, the temporary protected status for Somalis in Minnesota. Somali gangs are terrorizing the people of that great state, and billions of dollars are missing. Send them back to where they came from.
Did money from Minnesota taxpayers earmarked to feed hungry children wind up in the hands of a Somali terrorist group? The allegations center around a massive welfare fraud case being brought in Minnesota. A 78th defendant was charged just today. And now reports are coming out that some of the stolen money may have wound up in the hands of Al-Shabaab, a Somali-based terror group. In response, President Trump says he intends to end deportation protections for about 700 Somali nationals in Minnesota, calling Minnesota a, quote, hub for Somali gang networks.
Developing this morning, the Department of Homeland Security linking multiple Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota to an illegal Somali national arrested as part of the immigration crackdown there. Abdul Dahir Ibrahim entered the U.S. in 1995 after being deported from Canada, where he was charged with welfare and asylum fraud. He had
It means you can see a guy like he just walk around committing crime and all that, and you intend him to come to America and we kind of allow him here. It's not kind of working that way, okay? Because yeah, this is a state where we need people with brains that could develop things that could help the world. You understand? Because when you see our president cracking down on this, it means there's something so bad that he's doing, okay? If you can be deported from Canada, you get into the US and you're still doing things like this, then I think you should go back to your country so that for you to feel what we are giving you, the freedom, the liberty, and everything, okay? Like,
he had been living in Minnesota despite an order by an immigration judge for his removal back in 2004 because of his extensive history of fraud charges.
Okay.
He was finally arrested by ICE agents last week. DHS did post these pictures online of Ibrahim with multiple Democrats they say have allowed him to keep living in the U.S. under sanctuary policies, including failed Minneapolis mayoral candidate Omar Fattah, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, and Governor Tim Walz. At the same time, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services is threatening to cut off funding to Minnesota over concerns of fraud in the state.
On the heels of President Trump lashing out against Somali immigration, an 18-year-old attending the U of M reached out to us. She is a Somali-American and wanted to share her concerns about the rhetoric.
people may have different concerns and stuff like that, but I know when the president cracked down on this, he just meant good for us all, okay?
Lou Ragoose continues our team coverage. Lou?
Julie, one aspect of this that is so difficult for the Minnesota Somali community is that the vast majority of them are U.S. citizens. And the young woman I talked to today has never known another country as home.
Hatred is very exhausting, too.
Hurtful is one word Bushra Mohammed uses to describe the comments made by President Donald Trump about Minnesota's Somali community.
It is hurtful to be called garbage. I am, again, a United States citizen. I am Somali. So I wonder if, to him and his party, if that is all I am to him, a garbage, you know?
Bushra was born in the U.S. and is a freshman at the U of M. Despite being a U.S. citizen, she feels anxiety in public about potentially coming face-to-face with an ICE agent.
It's that act of looking over my shoulder, which pains me because I am a United States citizen. This is my home, and I don't want to feel unsafe in my home. It's harassment disguised as law enforcement.
Are people afraid to leave their homes right now?
They are afraid. Yeah, I've heard of people carrying extra identification on them, like passports.
But Bushra wonders if fear is the point. The vast majority of Somalis in Minnesota are citizens or have legal status.
And they are supposed to be afraid because at any moment in time you can be stripped out of the street and stuff like that, you understand? Because just the fact you're a Somalian and your brothers and your sister come here, they don't try to like look at the country and bring development. They kind of criticize, abuse everything. That is not the way we want it. That is not the way we want to work, okay? They should go for something positive, something that will help every other person, not all about criticizing and talking about stuff like this that are not important to build the community. Like, it's not
growing
helping.
sense of fear is spreading through Somali communities in Minneapolis and beyond.
You heard that?
After a series of federal immigration.
You heard that?
The majority of Somalis in Minnesota are citizens or have legal status.
A growing sense of fear is spreading through Somali communities in Minneapolis and beyond after a series of federal immigration raids began earlier this week, which followed a new wave of harsh, inflammatory comments from President Donald Trump. According to the Department of Homeland Security, the Minneapolis operation began on Monday. The DHS on Thursday confirmed that 12 people had been arrested. 5 of them were Somali nationals. The others were from Mexico and El Salvador.
A whistle and a warning. Volunteers have been standing guard outside of popular gathering places in Minneapolis's Cedar Riverside neighborhood, home to the immigrant community.
And I'm here to protect my neighbors.
Now, the state of Ohio estimates more than 60,000 Somali-Americans live in Columbus.
Today, we heard from local community members about their response to the president's comments. 10 TV's Tara Jabor has that story.
Here's a man who was sent back to Somalia. Watch what he says here. Go ahead, Rob.
And it's so painful. Grown man crying.
I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here, this place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. Just like I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing.
Trump administration is pausing immigration applicants from 19 countries.
So President Trump is also focusing on Minnesota and our state's Somali population. He called out Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar.
That's nice.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These are people that work. They complain and do nothing but...
That's all they do.
We don't want them in our country.
In the wake of the National Guard shooting, the Trump administration now says that they have paused immigration applications for people from 19 countries. That includes requests for green cards and U.S. citizenship. The policy applies to the nations listed in the president's travel ban that was issued back in June.
And you can see stuff like this when the president takes decisions and all that. It's kind of hurtful because people care about it. The people are complaining about it left and right, and the whole city is in fear and stuff like that. But we can't help it when you reach some certain moments because of what they do in the city. Okay, you understand? We all want the best for people. We all live for the good because one day we are all going to die and stuff like that. But I believe as we are living, we should uphold maybe, let's say, values and stuff that is going to bring positive outcomes to others' life and stuff like that. Because when you start retaliating and stuff like that, it turns to stuff like this, and we don't like this. How can you come into my house? I'll give you food, you eat and everything, you're fine, you have strength. Now you get up and you're start fighting me, insulting me, telling me how things are not nice. If you know things are nice, why don't you just go there and make the things nice, other than come here and teach me what to do in my own house? That doesn't work here, okay? So I'm just saying, like, to the Somalian communities or the Somalian people being deported back, that you should kind of work on yourself and know this. We all love you and we want you to be the best, but just not complain, okay? Come here, let's fix things, not all about complain. You don't fix things by complaining about them. You fix things by looking at them and thinking of how to solve these problems once and for all. Stop complaining. Okay? Thank you. You may subscribe to the channel.